do this, but you know, we out here. Yeah, so, I mean, that's the question. He was asking, like, does speaking fuck up your vibration? How, you asking how does it fuck up your vibration?
How and why, and also who taught you that?
All right, cool. So, he asked how and why, when you're speaking, it fucks up your vibration. And he also wants to know where I got my information from. So, we're gonna start off from square one. The ancient Egyptians, the Ethiopians, these niggas wasn't talking languages. And even if you look at the Medu Neter, there's people like Dr. Ben, you know what I'm saying, and other scholars who said that the Medu Neter has never been deciphered. But you might be wondering, well, how has it never been deciphered if I got this one?
Didn't they say they wrote that shit when we didn't even have vowels and shit?
Ka means spirit. Or creative energy, if you want to call it. Ka. But how if A is a vowel? So how'd they get Ka out of the Medu Neter if A is a vowel?
That has to be a vibration in itself when they must have translated it into an actual...
But you see, how is that though if they didn't have no English back then? If they had no English back then, they had no European language. These are African people. And in the pre-dynastic times, which is before, you know, the kingdoms and shit, these niggas is by themselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
So it wasn't just like, okay, the vibration.
Yeah, I got you. But that I'm going ahead though. But if we're gonna talk vibration, when we used to talk vibration, I'm gonna go back. Cause Egypt ain't no 2,500 years old. That's just probably 4,000, 8,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, years old. Cause Ethiopia proves that. But I'm not gonna go into that. If you go to Ethiopia though, you can see documents. You can see the fucking star tetrahedron, which is showing you the fucking different dimensions. It can show you, they show you the flower of life. These are all vibrations. The flower, the Vesca Pisces, which shows you before the Vesca Pisces, the circle with the dot in the middle, which is the dot in the middle represents the beginning, and the circle, because the spirit or the God or the creator has to experience itself. So it can't experience itself without having some type of space. So it has to have a circle, it had to create a space for itself, and then there's a dot in the middle. So it's showing you that means beginning. So that alone right there is a sign. That's not language, that don't mean that's a circle with the dot literally meaning the beginning. That right there, so they can look at him and just know, like intuitively, like, oh, okay. They don't gotta speak. You know what I'm saying? Also, if you look up fucking Lumeria, look up Lumeria, and people, yep, look up Lumeria, or you call it Pangea, you know, when all the continents is together. Now, if you look, it's still underwater. Because people say, oh, it's not real. How isn't it real? And they still got islands and it's still underwater and shit like that. It's still underwater, so it's real. I'll put that one up because I don't want the wind to blow up the... Because, yeah, it's gonna... That's good, though, yeah. So, yeah, the Lumeria, I still got you. Lumeria, though, they did not speak no languages. Because when they went down in the ocean, right, and they try to find some shit to pull out, only thing they found is artifacts. In the human body, too, if you want to get there, because you might be asking, like, well, how do we know for certain that they wasn't speaking no languages for certain? We only been in this human form, 5 fingers and shit, we only been in this form for 200,000 years. Before then, we was a different form. We was a different body, a different species of men, of melanated people. But 200,000 years later, which is today, we now have 5 fingers. We know, you know, a different type of melanated species.
No, sorry to interrupt. So basically you're getting into, this is a form of evolution, what you're saying?
Yes, but we don't want to get it mixed up, like, right, because I got you, yeah, because people might say, yo, Darwin made up the evolution theory. That's false. Darwin stole it out from Nile Valley science. Nile Valley science is Egyptian science. If you look up the Nile Valley science and look up evolution, you're gonna see that the Africans in the Nile Valley near Egypt, they actually said that we evolved, we came from the waters of Nu, right? But the waters of Nu, of course, is space. Now, if you look up the eukaryotic cell. I mean the eukaryotic cell, which is one of the oldest cells outside of our outside of the universe, outside of our Earth. Look up the eukaryotic cell. That shit, I believe, you can look it up. 1.8 to 2 billion years old. When you look up the eukaryotic cell, when the eukaryotic cell planted on Earth after Earth was formed, right? Or if it was formed, I don't know if Earth is if it's a rock or not, because there's no such thing as solid. I'm gonna put that out there. Actually, I just found out too. You can look this up too. There's no such thing. They don't even know if there's such thing as atoms anymore, because they're saying that no scientists, not even Stephen Hawking's, no major scientist, I don't care who it is, I bet all my money and I don't even got none. No major scientist can show you meticulously how an atom turns into flesh. No scientist can show you how an atom can turn into a piece of wood or turn into a table, or how is it a table. They just show you, they just fade into it, but they don't show you how an atom is that. They just know that there's forces behind it. And I believe that there's forces. If you vibrate higher than this, for example, you see the seat right here? If I was to vibrate higher or as higher as the seat, I will go through it. So I believe that there's forces, but I don't know if there's atoms, you know what I'm saying? But I believe the forces of light, you know what I'm saying, knows how to shape us, you know what I'm saying? Because light is intelligent. So let's just put that out there. Let's say we are made of fucking atoms, right? Let's put that out there. Atoms have light inside of it. The only way an atom can react is through light. Before then, it's at a like just a regular state. Atoms at a regular state. But as soon as sunlight hits the atom, it becomes reactive and it turns into something. It has to do something, depending on how much vibration or how much hertz is on that atom. Then it turns into something. So, for example, nigga, you see that car right there, that green car would not be a green car if a certain amount of light wasn't already, or force wasn't already inside those atoms, which was able to create that metal for it to become a green car. You know what I'm saying? It depends on how much light is vibrating on it. So just to answer this question, because I don't want to be running. I want to be running. Lumeria, because I've been going. Lumeria.
New or Lu?
Lumeria.
M-L. Okay.
Lumeria. Look up Lumeria. You can break that down and mean shit. You know etymology, you know, if you focus on looking back at words, it means something, but I forgot. But Lumeria though, there is no, you won't find no written text. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find pyramids.
Yup. They're always in the limestone.
Yup.
Like some type of crystal.
Yup, but then
At the tip of it.
glass. And it's crazy. Yes, you know what's funny? You said that. The tip. I'm about to stump y'all. I'm about to fuck. Y'all can look this up. The Pyramid of Giza. I believe. One of the pyramids. It's one of the 3 pyramids. I believe it's Giza though. Look up the top part, right? And the top part of it, scientists found out that the top part of the Pyramid of Giza is older than the bottom part.
That's crazy.
Look it up.
Yeah. Because they built pyramids upside down. Right?
Look it up, yup. So how did they do? Now you have to ask yourself, all right, well, if they built it from top up, and they didn't build it from, you know, if they built it top up, how was they able to do that with a ton of bricks? No, nigga, it wasn't aliens. I'ma tell you. It was written in the Metal Letter too, by the way. Levitation. They needed a mathematician, a fucking spiritual, basically a magician. I'm just gonna put it like that. A magician, because we ain't spooky here. A magician or a voodoo priest. You know what I'm saying? A priest. They needed that. This is written down.
To shift the weight of the bricks.
Yup.
Because they're bricks that like either the bricks that made up the pyramids can be like 5,000 pounds, and no freaking regular person can lift 5,000.
And we got to think too.
So they had to vibrate. They had to vibrate to change the weight to build the pyramids. That's what I heard.
And we got to think too. Why? Well, you might be asking why they need a mathematician. Because they needed, and again, they needed to cut that brick, but it wasn't just the mathematician who was cutting that brick. They needed a person to cut it. But the crazy thing was, he wasn't physically cutting it. He wasn't physically. Niggas think that they got a hammer, and how can you perfectly chisel some shit that perfect? You can't chisel something that perfect. You gotta you gotta cut it in a precise way. They use laser technology.
Light, basically.
They use laser technology. beams of light. They cut that shit. You know what I'm saying? With laser technology. And there's a nigga named, you can look him up, William F. Petrie. He was best friends with.
I remember you telling me about him.
Yup.
Yo, I still have.
Look him up.
I still have all
Nigga.
the Sprague rats, Dr. York. I still have.
Yeah, look up the Sprague Dolly rat.
I didn't
look up that.
Look him up yet.
Bro, he was best friends with the Rothschilds. They were cooling, sipping teas, probably smoking weed, sniffing cocaine together in the 1930s, 20s, I mean, everything. Nigga, soon as that nigga went to Egypt, William F. Petrie, nigga went into that temple. A laser gun. They have gold that can... And then he went back to his best friend, the Rothschilds, nigga. Like, yeah, guess what I found? I went to Egypt with my expedition and we just found a gun and I'm gonna write a book about it. Oh yeah? Okay. Well, yeah, I'll see you later, okay. Yeah, he's gonna write a book about it, yeah. Yeah, all right, yeah. Next day, that nigga's dead. So now we don't got a book about it. That's the reason why we don't know about the laser technology in Egypt. That's the reason why niggas don't know about the cloning facilities in Egypt. That's the reason why we don't know about the facilities, about the Asians being made in Africa. The white man was made in Africa. And when I say the Asians, yes, I'm talking about the Asiatics. They were made in a laboratory in Africa. That's a fact. Caucasians was made in the laboratory. Asians made. There's no coincidence that.
Got any references?
Nigga, William F. Petrie. You know what I'm saying? I only Google the shit, if I don't know, a little word here and there. But besides that, nigga, I ain't no Google nigga. So bottom line, these niggas was not using no languages. You're not gonna find no, language verbally coming from them because they had no verbal. You can't find no verbal text. Period. You can't find no verbal text. There's no verbal text, and there's no text older than the Medu Neter. And if you do find text that's older than the Medu Neter, which people claim they have older text, that's debatable. But if you do find it, it's not verbal. And the Europeans took that shit and made it verbal, because they try so hard to try to understand something. That they gotta try to find. So So niggas might be asking again. Why am I wearing the Ankh, or what is this shit written down then? If the Medu Neter isn't, verbal, what's that then? That's some shit that white people know, the Jewish organizations know, but we don't know.
About the Medu Neter?
Medu Neter, yeah. Medu Neter, the language has not been deciphered. You know what I'm saying? Ashwa Kwesi said it, and that nigga be showing niggas the Medu Neter. He be taking tour dates. Ashwa Kwesi said it's not been deciphered. So it's like, these are people you can look up and hear them say, yeah, it's never been deciphered, because there's no real direct line of how we broke it down. And if there is a direct line, you cannot use the Europeans' method to break down ancient African secrets. Now, these are secrets, by the way. Alchemy is secrets. You know what I'm saying? Chem, you know what I'm saying? Chem, chemistry, that's all our shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why lies in the word believe, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't believe these niggas. Like, you gotta do your own research. We never spoke a verbal language. Never in our life. We never spoke with no other niggas. We never fucking, you know what I'm saying, had no textbooks. The only thing we did, we drew. That's it. We didn't need to, we went through time, space, we went through dimensions. We had the Merkaba. If you don't know what the Merkaba is, that's the spiritual vehicle. So when we astral projected, we had a spiritual vehicle that helped us time travel and go through. It looks like the star tetrahedron. That's what the vehicle looked like. It's called the Bible talks about it, the chariots. Look up what a chariot is. You know what I'm saying? Look up the etymology of the word chariot, and that's gonna lead you right back to a Merkaba. And the Merkaba, you can look up in Indian scriptures, Indian Sanskrit. You know what I'm saying? Another Indian Sanskrit word that you might, want to relate to that is chakras. You know what I'm saying? Your chakras is the word chakra is an Indian Sanskrit word. You know what I'm saying? So chakra, Merkaba, those all go together because it's letting you know. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be on this physical plane. I mean, so-called physical plane, because this shit ain't really real, you know what I'm saying? You're just dreaming right now. But yeah, these niggas never spoke no, I know I keep saying that, but yeah, they never spoke no physical language. There's no proof. The Europeans can say that they did, but they don't have no proof. You know what I mean? But yeah, if y'all got any questions, before I end it, if you want to know, I know you want to know how the white Or the white man's not human or something?
I think I lightly read about that shit before. I think it was some scientist called Yakub or some shit like that. Wasn't it something like that?
Yakub? Yeah, that's partly true, yeah. Cause like there's no skeletal remains of Yakub or his tribe or his descendants. So if there was a real man named Yakub, we would have seen his descendants. There is none.
I heard about him too.
You know, but when you read that, it's just like how you read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Yakub is representation of something else. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let y'all do that study. You know, I ain't gonna fucking. But he represents something else. I'm just gonna say that much because I ain't trying to get shot by no Muslims. You know what I'm saying? But he represents something else. You know what I'm saying? So, but the white man definitely genetically spliced. The Sprague Dolly rat, if you want to know what kind of rat he's genetically modified from.
The white man is not human?
No. The white man is not human. He's a kind of man. He's mankind.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Make us?
Human. Hue is prefix means color. You know what I mean? Hue means color. Which means you're melanated. White people got what? Hey man, that's Angelica. Angelica! Get your ass over!
She can't even see you.
Yes, she can.
Stick your head out of the window, bro.
I can't.
This nigga, you're a creep now. You're a creep now.
I'm cutting that part out. That's really her for real?
Yeah.
Yes.
I got her on the gram too.
You do? She be looking bad on her. Oh shit, I'm gonna cut that out too. Alright, so that's what y'all was saying.
Out of there, bro.
You know,
We in the wrong neighborhood
don't
for you
be
to be
me.
doing that.
Oh yeah, we are in Phil's Corner too. Don't be me. Don't do that.
The space supposed to be right here.
Oh, it's right here? Alright, well that's the end of that, you know. We're gonna do some more of this. You know what I'm saying? Good luck, G. I appreciate that. BLACKBOOKT.V.
Niggas in the wrong.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy, man.